We just got a couple more minutes here, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get started.
Don't get me started.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back in. This is Colton Borger here live on a Wednesday night at Regents Knights High School Baseball Park. We're here with Vype Baseball here for Game 2 of the Regent Knights up against the Brook Hill Guard, where we are just starting off, and you can see the Knights are currently warming up. Starting off at the top, it's going to be Truett Middlebrook at the top.
Rico Taylor.
And of course, on top of that, we're going to have the Rico Taylor in the catcher position for the team.
Third baseman 14, Jack Gamble out in the field. Left field,
over in the first base, Matthew Robb.
At center field, number 4,
Blake Middlebrook over at shortstop.
Number 18, Hayes
We're going to have Hayes Contini over on the right field. We're going to have Jack
For the guard, number 23,
Gamble
Dallas Clements,
over
playing
on
catcher
third
in
base.
this second game.
Max Bulenchek back out once again on the left field. Carlisle Spicer is going to be the dedicated hitter for this one. We're going to have Hunter Prater on first base, or second base, I apologize. And then Jackson Cardwell back in center field once again. And folks, if you are just joining us now, you missed out on some very strong guard baseball. They ended that previous game 11-1, heavy in their favor, as they were consistently getting 2 runs an inning, with a breakout inning of 3 runs at the top of the 5th. Well, folks, we're going to be waiting for these players to warm up as we get the action ready. Again, this is going to be game 2, so Knights are currently shaking off the feeling of the previous game, while the guard are riding high on the first and riding with some exhaustion as well. I want to give a shout out to Skylar Gillespie, who is our incredible QA in the background.
Well, once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the capital of the great state of Texas and Knights Field on the campus of Regents School of Austin for our second game of our doubleheader between Bullard Brook Hill Guard and your Regents Knights.
That's right, folks. The Knights getting ready to go here. Up to bat, it's going to be Clements, who has had a great first game. Single and steal being main credit for him in the beginning there. And the first one's going to be a foul ball for him. He is trying to get this game going quick. Foul ball. That one rolls over to the left side of the field behind the line. Another great hit over to the left field, and that's going to head right on over to the left field with Max Molenchek. He's going to throw it to the shortstop. That's going to be a nice single to start off Clements.
Batting second, the center fielder, number 1, Daniel Yates.
That's right, folks. Second game, all new game, and all we're doing is switching some jerseys. Brook Hill guard changing to orange from gray, and flipping the board around too. Regent's going to be on top for this one. Ball 1 on the first pitch. Clements still on first. Yates stepping up. Ball's going to fly over to the right field and not going to be able to catch that. That's going to be a foul ball. Matthew Robb chasing after that one, unable to find purchase, though.
Welcome, Mr. Ibarra.
Count now 1-1 as Yates is looking for third pitch to go favorably and try to advance Clements up around the bases. That's going to be a bunt right to the press box. Good thing we got that net there. Count now 1-2. Going to be a walk. going to advance the
Now
runners.
batting the shortstop, number 15, Benjamin Bratz.
Was requested to flip this around, so folks, give me just a moment. Clements on second. Hey, Yates on first. With Bratz stepping up to the plate. Bratz was their pitcher, is now going to be their shortstop. To start off this game, he may come in as a pitcher later on. That's a strike, and that's a steal for Clements. Try to get a good look. Middlebrook is hoping to get a pick off the first base runner. And we have strike two as Yates makes his way to second. Strong swing, and that's going to be fair play as it heads all the way over to the fence, and they're going to start off with two incredible runs. Bratz finds a double.
Batting fourth for Brook Hill, the left fielder, number 3, Levi Visser.
Bratz going to find a double on second right now as Visser is going to step up for his first at-bat. Visser, single on an out last time. Foul ball on the first swing. Tips off the bat. Rico, the catcher, goes up to have a conversation with Middlebrook. Yeah, it's a foul ball. Strike. Strike two. Middlebrook trying to find his first strikeout. Tries to pick off the runner on third. That ball pops up and out of Gamble's hands. They try to tag him out, but he's going to be safe. That's a steal for Bratz, who's able to run all the way home. The scoreline up 3-0. Count now 1-2. No runners on base. Middlebrook, no pressure at this point. Two and two on the count. About to be 3-2. Full count now, 3-2. Middlebrook, tough position up against Visser. Levi Visser. Line drive right to the pitcher, cuts right through him.
Batting fifth, the right fielder, number 21, Jake Godbold.
Jake Godbold steps up to the plate once again. Brook Hill guard still riding high right now. Very motivated after this game. That's a strike, but that ball from Rico is not going to make it to second in time. It's going to be a steal for Levi Visser. Oh, and one. Getting some chirping from the Knights dugout, I believe. And then some chirps in response from the guard dugout on the pitcher. Going to be ball one. Going to be a nice hit. That is heading all the way over to the left field. That's in foul ball territory, though. Brings the count 1-2. Godbold was ready to go, though. Let's give Visser plenty of time, plenty of space to make it a third. Wolenchak hoping to make it there in time. They've been finding a nice line on that third base line. Another foul ball. Fifth pitch coming the way. Feels like Visser's not really willing to steal his way to third. Foul ball again. Godbold is in a position he was in at the end of the last game. Just continues to find a foul ball. Oh, ball gets dropped. Dropped, third strike. That's going to be another run home, and that's going to be double off an error.
Batting sixth, a designated hitter, number 8, Leighton Waters.
Leighton Waters stepping up. 4-0 so far in the top of the first As Leighton Waters steps up, designated hitter, hitting for Barry Hill, who we got to see at the end of the previous game. They try to pick off. So close to picking off Godbold. Not enough. Not as much of a lead-off for Godbold as Middlebrook would like. That's a hit on the pitcher, on the batter. Unlucky.
Well, while we got a break in the action, ladies and gentlemen, let's go over a little scores and highlights. This is NBA action going on this evening around the nation. A couple of final scores here. 76ers defeat the Wizards 153-131. Hawks over the Magic 130-101. Celtics defeat the Heat 147-129. These are all fourth quarter scores here. Knicks defeat the Knicks over the Grizzlies 104-90. Kings lead the Raptors 90-81. Pacers lead the Bulls 129-105. Rockets leading the Bucks 192.
Apologies, folks. Wanted to hear the NBA scores right now because I'm
Nuggets 56-40.
very interested in how those are going.
And just about to tip off Spurs and the Warriors in just a few minutes.
About to have dedicated hitter Connor Hayes stepping up. Now he's got a runner on first and second. Waters on first. Godbold on second. Hayes with a chance to have some presence here. Checks his swing. It's not going to be enough. He'll still in the strike zone. No change in the pitcher after that coach's timeout to check in with Middlebrook. Mental fortitude's the name of the game here, folks. Tries to tag out the second baseman. Godbold. Wow, don't know why I was thinking about Gold Bond for some reason. I was talking about Godbold, the runner on second. Hayes is the dedicated hitter who swung and a miss. Dude. You can tell the 90-degree heat got to me today. Well, he's itching to make his way to third, all right. He's more happy to just stay safe on second. Hayes looking for his third pitch. Middlebrook looking to see. Oh, ball dropped. Tries to tag him out. And that's going to be an out on Godbold. I get paid to speak professionally for a living. And yet you would think English isn't my first language. It's gibberish. Godbold out at third. Great pickoff from the catcher. Ooh, that's a strikeout. First strikeout for Middlebrook. Now puts it on 2 outs. We still got Waters on first.
Batting 8th, the pitcher, number 9. Blake Witten.
Blake Witten stepping up. Witten, who actually was just playing a shortstop previously. No, it's incredible. You call so many different games. You can look at people's names and get them right fairly easily. However, you slow it down with baseball a little bit, and all of a sudden, there's extra consonants in other people's names that you never realized, or you start thinking about branding. Speaking of brands, shout out to our sponsors for the 2026 Spring Regents Knights baseball season: Blair, Barton, Earl Bow, Prime Bank, and Covert Bee Cave. Strike 2. As Witten is not able to find purchase here.
Last call concession stand. Last call concession stand.
Runner to make his way a second.
Like to welcome
And Waters is going to get a steal on his stat sheet. As the count's now 1-2.
And the Professor Chris O'Reilly.
Waters finds his way on second. Witten looking for a fourth pitch, hoping to find purchase. Instead, he's going to come up short. That's going to end the top of the first. As Middlebrook is starting to find his stride here, get a second strikeout.
First, ladies and gentlemen, 4 runs, 3 hits, no errors, 1 man left. We'd also like to
make our way to the bottom of the first. Brook Hill guard now looking to defend the inner field. They did a great job in the previous game. I mean, a lot of the hits that came their way were ground balls and pop flies, and great field awareness, able to secure the ball. Only allowed 1 run the entire time. With that, folks, we're going to go ahead and cut to commercial. We'll be back in just a few short moments while we get ready for the bottom of the first.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Regents School of Austin. The concession stand is going to be closing at the bottom of this inning, so go on over, pick up a Coke, some chips, pick up one of the hot dogs. I've already polished off one, and they are yummy. So once again, head on by. Also, we've got one of those Tesla little cards up here at the press box. If you don't pick it up, I'm definitely going to use it.
Well, folks, coming back into the bottom of the first now, Brook Hill guard will be taking the mound. And it's going to be the Knights stepping up to the plate. We're going to be starting off with Matthew Robb once again, followed by Blake Mott. Trent Middlebrook will be your first 3 onto the plate. And with a 4-run deficit to get them started, you know they want to find that difference maker immediately. Trying to find, well, it's going to change up that momentum.
On the mound for the guard, number 9, Blake Whitten.
Blake Whitten is going to be first on the mound. Didn't pitch at all last game. I think they were just keeping him hidden, but Bratz was one of their better pitchers. Pitched the entire game, closed it out as well for that team. But now with Whitten on the mound, could be a change up for the Knights, and hopefully it will be in their favor as Robb steps up for his first at-bat. Nice pitch. Good strike zone. Hit to the third baseman. Robb's going to make his way, steps up, and that's going to be out at first.
Batting second for the night, the shortstop, number 3, Blake Mott.
Just couldn't get enough driving force behind that bat in order to send it further away. Hit went down and low. Ooh. Speaking of down and low, that pitch got away from Witten in that moment. Ball 1. Good work by the third baseman, Waters. And we strike 1 as Blake Mott steps up. It's currently 1-1. That was an incredible pitch. Slid out to in. Hard to track, hard to follow. Witten's doing a great job right now. Oh, swings on that. That's a foul drop third pitch. Not going to be enough, though. Great reaction time from the catcher, Clements.
Batting third for the Knights, the pitcher, number 5, Truett Middlebrook.
Not a strikeout, just a drop third strike. Great reaction time from Mott, but sadly not quick enough to make it a first base. Truett Middlebrook. Gets a pop fly to right field, and that's going to close out here. Three up, 3 down.
1 inning here.
Middlebrook.
No runs, no hits, no errors.
Middlebrook flew the ball out to the first baseman, gets caught out fairly quickly. Mott had to react to a drop third strike, try to make his way to first, and still couldn't make it in time. And so with that in mind, we're heading to the top of the second. Starting off, it is going to be Pike, Braxton Pike, who is the first baseman. Which will bring us right back to the top of the batting order after Pike.
Leading off the inning for the Guard, at the bottom of the order, the first baseman, number 27, Braxton Pike.
Braxton Pike, who in the previous game did fairly well. Found a double in the 6th inning, which led to some runners coming back in as well. Now for his first at-bat up against Middlebrook, and I think he dodges. That ball slid out extremely late. Middlebrook's just trying to get 3 up, 3 out as quick as he can, and the frustration honestly feels like how I've been talking all day. Again. Pike, good heads-up awareness. Middlebrook finally gets him to swing. Good down and away. Slowing the ball down a little bit. Pike resets. Ooh. And that is enough to put Middlebrook far outside. 3-1 on the count. Clips it. That's going to be foul ball. Full count now, Middlebrook. Let's get his third strikeout of the game. Pike is ready for the sixth pitch. That's going to be an out.
Back at the top of the order.
First one steps up. First one stepping out. Now we're back to the top with Clements, who got a single previously. It became part of the reason why they started their scoring run early. Clements ready for Middlebrook's first pitch. Goes for the bunt. Puts it in foul ball territory. Good alacrity from Clements. The only fault there was just the ball rolled back. 0-1 right now, 1 out. It's going to be ball 1. So that one sinks to the dirt. 1-1. Clements looking to find another single.
Here you go, Troop.
Middlebrook puts a great pitch. Just a bit away from Clements. Clements just lets it go right past him as well. 1-2. Probably believed it was going to be a ball. That one's a bit low. That's a foul ball. Dug deep for that swing and sadly just could not keep it in the lines. 1-2 on the count. Fifth pitch coming his way. Now looking at sixth pitch, he's hoping for another clean hit, but that's going to be so low. He doesn't even dive for it. 2-2. That may be what Middlebrook needs. He got closer and closer inside, and the lucky break there was just the angle of the swing. Didn't work out for Clements. Middlebrook able to bring another swing and a miss. Strikes him out. 2 strikeouts in a row so far for this game.
At the plate for the guard, number 1, Daniel Yates.
Here we go, Truett.
8 steps up to the plate. Had a walk previously. Now 2 outs is feeling the heat. Strike 1. That is a complete lie, by the way. It's actually nice and cool out, which is very rare in Texas. But it's a sign of the things to come. I still need to get the air conditioning fixed in my car. That's far and too far away. 1-1 on the count. Foul ball that flies back behind us. I know I mentioned earlier Middlebrooks might have been hoping for 3 up, 3 out, and he may get his wish here. Good, consistent pitching for the most part. Trying to keep it down low. Just sinks a bit too far to the ground. 2-2 on the count. Winds up for the 5th. And that's going to be a strikeout. 3 up, 3 out indeed. 5 strikeouts now, 3 in this inning alone. And you know Middlebrook feels happy about that. Great performance so far.
Well, that takes us to the bottom of the second, ladies and gentlemen. No runs, no hits, no errors.
They let 4 get by in the first. They allow no one to get past in the second. Now they need to find some offense here in the bottom of the second. As they're finding their offense, we're going to find some time for a commercial break. We'll be back in just a few short moments. Welcome on back. We are starting at the bottom of the second now with the Brook Hill guard taken to the field. Last time that we had Witten step up to the mound, he did not get any strikeouts or walks. A lot was just ground play from the third baseman, from the catcher, and from the first baseman as well. Rob, Gamble, Waters, Pike, and Clements all having some great chances. Got 3 outs and kept the Knights down to 0. Hayes, Contanese. He's going to step up. It's going to be followed by Gamble and Molencheck. Contanese, last time just earlier, we got to see a single from him in the 6th. Might be looking for purchase here. That's a foul ball in the first one. One and one so far. As that second pitch goes out. Ground hit, and that's foul ball. Coach dove for it, but just a bit too quick for him. 1-2 on the count. That's a strikeout. That's his first strikeout of the game so far for Witten.
Batting 5th for the Knights, the third baseman, number 14, Jack Gamble.
First strikeout against Hayes. Jack Gamble looking to make a difference now. Gamble last time, just earlier. He's unfortunately just called out a few many times. Swings on the first. Pitch was a bit too high. The bat went right underneath it. Checks a swing on the second. That's inside. 1-1 on the count. Gamble. Want to risk it here. Unfortunately, his number does not get called. It's 1-2 now. Hits that one. That's heading to the dugout. First baseman Braxton Pike tried to catch the foul ball, but sadly, I think he just went into the shadows. Sad for him, at least. Gamble swung on that third one. That's going to be another strikeout. 2 for Witten.
Batting for the Knights, batting 6, the left fielder, number 6, Max Molchek.
Max Molenchek just stepped up to the plate, and Witten immediately started throwing. That's 2 strikes already. Witten is orchestrating Max to his own orchestra right now. It's just forced him to dance to a salsa when really Max needs him to slow it down. One and 2 on the count. Molenchek might be ready. Oh, pitch drops low, 2 and 2. Good eye on the 4th one. Max Molenchek. Woo! So that one coming near him, dodged away. 3-2, full count now. Witten's trying to rush it. Foul ball. One more. Up and outside. After trying to rush Molenchek, ends up letting him walk past.
Batting 7th, the designated hitter, number 1, Carlisle Spicer.
Carlisle Spicer, now the dedicated hitter. Was left fielder earlier. Very willing to swing. Molenchek's on first. And I believe swing and a miss on the first. Witten slowed down a little bit. Molenchek's far off that first base. Oh and 2. Molenchek stepped off first base, but moment's hesitation led to him having to dive back. 1 and 2 on the count. 4th pitch coming in his way. Going to be 2 and 2. That's Witten lets that one get away from him. Almost got her away from Clements, too. Two and 2 on the count now. That's a strikeout. Only 1 walk allowed at this point. No hits, except for foul balls. But now it's going to be a fight out, a brawl between Middlebrook and Witten.
1 man left.
As both these players are going to try to strike out their opposition. However, the Knights need to find a difference maker here as they get ready for the top of the 3rd now. Brett's stepping up. Ben Brett's going to be stepping up to start off the top of the 3rd. Who, when he went up against Middlebrook, he got a double. I mean, imagine the nerves are happening a bit around that situation. However, Middlebrook picked up fairly well in that 2nd inning. And so I can't not imagine that he's going to try to rekindle that feeling as this game slows down, resets for them to start at the top of the third. But Ben's not willing to give that one up.
Leading off the inning
Again, Ben
for the guard number 15.
had a great game pitching previously. Now looking to see if he can have a great batting game as well. Ball one on the first pitch. Space to cut up the middle here if he gets a hit. That's still fair play. That's foul. More spin than I put on a pool table. Or I guess a tennis ball if you want to think about it that way. 1-1 so far. That's going to be another foul ball. Low and inside, and yet Brat's still able to find space to hit. Let's count at 1-2. Middlebrook with 5 strikeouts so far, looking to get a 6th. That ball's flying over to the right field, and that's going to be a foul ball. Danger territory, but it's fairly windy tonight, so imagine that ball got pushed back a little bit. It's coming from a north to south right now. 5th pitch coming up to Bratz as Middlebrook winds up. Sends it high. It's been sitting at low and near to Bratz, so I was hoping to fake him out with that. 6th pitch, 2-2 on the count. Pop fly to the center field. He's scrambling for it. It's going to bounce. Doesn't get it. Bratz with a single now. And we are back with Levi Visser.
Blank for the guard number 3, Levi Visser.
Levi Visser steps up. Middlebrook looking to pick off Bratz off first. Foul ball. Bratz with a decent lead off first. Immediately goes to steal. That's going to be a great hit from Visser. Sends it over to the left field. That's a catch, and Bratz not going to allow that tag up. One out so far. Still a runner on first. Godbold. Foul ball on the first swing. Still very much willing to swing for just about anything. I mean, last game he had about 8, 9 foul balls before we finally got to see him get on base. Tries to pick off Braz. Nope. Will not be able to get him. Godbold. He's ready for the next pitch. Tries to tag him. Safe still. Bratz even gets still able to get through, even with Rob trying to tag him at the end there. Send that one away. Doesn't step out too far. 1-1 on the count. Bold. Sends that ball. Oh. Rico second guesses after seeing how much distance Ben Bratz was able to pick up there. Steal for him. Have a lead off on second. Fourth pitch, getting ready to come Godbold's way. Middlebrook looking at Bratz. Oh, he's so far off second base, but no one's ready. And Godbold's going to call time. Blake Mott's trying to get a little bit closer, get ready for that tag out on second. Middlebrook fakes it. He's kind of hoping that Bratz is further off second, but right now staying fairly close. Enough for a dive. That pitch is going to get right past Rico, and that's going to go allow Bratz to get his way to third. 3-1 on the count. Jake Godbold. Now just playing the patient game. I mean, runner on third, only one out. Line drives, cuts up through the center of the field. That's going to put Bratz on home and Godbold on first.
Now batting number 8, Leighton Waters.
Move the scoreline up 5-0. Leighton Waters, third baseman. Walked previously. We have steal for Godbold on to second. Another pitch. Ooh. Sinks a bit too low. Ball two. Pitch swings way outside. Rico's not able to pick it up in time. (3-0) as Godbold makes his way to third. Now Waters just needs to find a good hit and they'll send Godbold home. Middlebrook gets a nice inside pitch. Waters just lets it slide by. Three and one on the count. Runner on third. Swings on the second pitch. That's going to be a strike. 3-2 now. Honestly thought it dinged for a second. Waters, last time he was up to play, he got a walk and then stole. And that's going to be a walk. That pitch goes far outside. Third walk of the game.
Now batting number 14.
Fourth
Connor
walk of the game
Hayes.
total. Connor Hayes, dedicated hitter, struck out in the first. That's what started Middlebrook's strike run, so maybe there's a reset happening here. Foul ball. Hits the bleachers. Sounds like that left a dent. How dark it is right now. You can imagine why Middlebrook just ran his way up to home plate thinking it was still in play. Hard to track the ball in the dark. 0-1. He's looking to see if he can tag someone out, but Waters and Godbold refuse. Wants to go for the bunt, but a nice pitch straight down the middle. They're just going to let Waters walk up to second. That's a bit slow in the reaction time. 0-2 now. 1 out. Hayes doesn't want to get stricken out again, but the way it's going right now might just happen. Middlebrook winds up for the third pitch. That's going down the center to the left side of the field. That's foul ball territory once again. Connor Hayes made contact on 2/3 thrown at him so far. And finds one not worthy of a swing. That's now 1-2 on the count. Middlebrook. That's it away. That's head to the left field. Shortstop goes for it. They're going to try and send it back to home plate, but it's off target. Add another run to the guard score line. Even with the tag up.
Now batting for Brook Hill, number 9, Blake Whitten.
Two outs now. And we got Waters on second. Didn't want to progress past that. Didn't want to risk getting tagged out for running third. Whitten struck out in the first as well. Middlebrook's looking to see if he can get a pick off Waters, but won't be able to do so. Waters steps back. Just a casual stroll between second and third right now. Whitten hasn't liked a single thing as he now steps up for this one. Rico. Now with Waters on third, Rico just... that's a great hit from Whitten. He's going to try and get it to first, but he had to dive. Gamble picks up the ball, but isn't able to get up in time to send it over to Rob. Push the scoreline 7-0 now.
Now batting number 27, Braxton Pike.
Braxton Pike up for his second at bat. Struck out in the second, but might be looking for redemption here in the third. Waiting to see where it falls. I didn't hear it hit the bleachers, so it must be behind us. On one runner on first. Right now the Guard have put up a very impressive stat line. 4 runs in the first, 3 runs in the third right now. Looking to see if they can tack on a few more. Braxton Pike stepping up. Swings the ball. They're going to send it over to the first base. They're going to call him safe. Winton and Pike both able to get onto second and first respectively. Timeout called by the coach. Knight's going to have a round table discussion about what the shift here is going to be. As we're back to the top of the batting order for the Brook Hill Guard, which would be Clements, who got a single in the first and a strikeout in the second, but now he's looking to bring some folks home in the third. This short timeout brought to you by our wonderful sponsors for the Regent Knights 2026 baseball season: Blair Burton, Burl Bow, Prime Bank, and Covert Bee Cave Dealership. Thank you very much for sponsoring Knights baseball for this season.
Back at the top of the order, number 20.
Clements stepping back up to home plate for the third time of this game in particular. I believe it's probably broken double digits at this point of the night, though. Time called. First pitch coming his way. Swing and a miss. Rico's not able to get that one out fast enough as Witten gets onto third while Pike gets onto second. Now Clements really wants to find a good swing here. Oh, and 2 now. Clements swung twice and came up with nothing but air. Let's see if we can make purchase. Oh, off the top of the head.
Are you good? Nobody hurt? Here we go.
Middlebrook now looking at bases loaded.
Daniel Yates.
And Yates returns to home plate. Walk in the first, strikeout in the second. Timeout called once again. Middlebrook after 5 strikeouts. We're now going to bring Blake Mott to the mound.
to pitch for the Knights, number 3, Blake Mott. Well, we got a break in the action, ladies and gentlemen. Let's head over to the ladies' side. NCAA softball. A couple of games, well, several games that are already gone final on the ladies' side. Michigan defeats Oakland 6-5. Detroit Mercy over Michigan State 5-4. St. Thomas, Minnesota defeats Minnesota 7-2. The number 7 ranked Lady Gaylors of Florida defeats Stetson 8-2. Georgia Tech over Mercer 15-2. That final in 5 innings. And up in Arkansas, Ole Miss Lady Rebels take down Central Arkansas 5-0. And that one baseball score, final in 7 innings, Beamer Deacons all over Clemson 15-4.
Middlebrook will end his time on the mound with 5 strikeouts, specifically closing out the 2nd inning in a very impressive way as Blake Mott's going to step up, coming off a shortstop, and will be pitching for the first time. Middlebrook's going to be taking over for shortstop now. Still bases loaded, and with Yates stepping up as well. While Yates might not have had the best game of this moment, previously he came out with some singles in the past game as well. That was just about an hour and 30 minutes ago. Mott, first pitch of the night, and that's a line drive to the left field. That's going to bring 2 runners home. They're going to try and tag out one on third. They called him safe. Going to be a double for Yates now. Clements makes his way to third. And Yates on second. Ben Bratz is going to step up to the home plate. The umpire is going to pick up some more baseballs.
Now batting number 15, Benjamin Bratz.
Bratz. Second pitch coming from Mott. That's far outside, then came back in a little bit more. Nerves have to be high if you're taking over at that bases loaded point. It was an unfortunate break. Now pressure is on. Third pitch works out for him. Strike 1. Ball 1 so far. Mott's trying to see if he can get lucky. Far inside. Two and one on the count. Mott just needs to strike him out right now. If they can strike out Ben Bratz, it'll be a great chance for them to mount a comeback at the bottom of the third. Foul ball, 2-2. He's pitching towards that inside right now. Bratz. For that fifth pitch, seeing where it goes. No, that's far and away over to the right field, but I think that's foul ball. That is on the fence. Right fielder Hayes tries to catch up in time, wasn't able to make it. Sixth pitch coming Bratz's way. just a bit too high. Full count now, still runners on second and third. Mont maintaining focus. Ball slides away a bit too soon. That's going to be his first walk.
Now batting number 3, Levi Visser.
Visser steps up once again. Got a fly out in the third and a single back in the first. Now looking at bases loaded. Visser sends that over to Hayes over the right field, who's going to catch that one. That's going to put it at 9-0 as we head into the bottom of the third.
That takes us to the bottom of the third, ladies and gentlemen. 5 runs, 3 hits. 2 men left.
And we're going to be starting off with Hunter Prater, who is the second baseman. Played catcher all previous game. And now with this fresh game, fresh moment. Needs to find some momentum for the team here. That in mind, I'm going to go ahead and catch a commercial real quick, and we'll be right back. Welcome on back to the bottom of the third, where the Knights are looking to mount their comeback and start a charge in order to find some offensive momentum. We're starting off with the second baseman, Hunter, who previously in the last game had some unfortunate ends as well, but now is as good of a time as any. Start mounting a comeback. An impressive 5-run top of the third for the guard. With a chance to close it out.
Leading off the Knights, the center baseman, number 2, Hunter Prater.
Hunter Prater, first at bat tonight. Bit of a jump in that swing. Oh, heavy backspin on that. That's going to hit the ground. That's still going to be out. More backspin than a golf ball. And I can see it from here, which is impressive because I'm rocking -5 on my lenses right now.
At the bottom of the order for the Knights, the center fielder, number 4, Jackson Cardwell.
That was an incredible catch by Barry Hill, the second baseman for the guard. Jackson Cardwell going to get a high pop-up bunt.
Back at the top of the order,
Another unfortunate circumstance. Matthew Robb is now back up to the home plate. Got a ground out in the first. Look for redemption here. You have to start getting them going. Pitch goes far. Ball one. Strike one. Robb. Second at bat tonight. Digs in for the hit, but it's forced to foul. Oh, so the way he was swinging hurts my shoulder just thinking about that. That's going to be a walk. That's the second walk tonight for Whitten. Timeout called.
Number 3, Blake Mott.
Blake Mott stepping up for his second at bat as well. Got tagged out at first, back in the first as well. Robb on first base. Now, 0-1. 0-2 for Mott. That's going to be a strikeout. Fourth strikeout of the night for Whitten.
Well, we completed 3 innings here in Knightsville. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left. Little Rihanna.
Well, at the bottom of the third ending. Bottom of the third ending now. We're starting off at the top of the fourth.
Well,
9-run difference for the Guards in their favor.
We head to Augusta.
And they're going to be sending out Godbold first.
Right now.
In order to set the tone for this fourth inning.
Georgia at the top of the leaderboard. Both 7
With
under.
Mott stepping up to the mound as well, he needs to have a similar situation Middlebrook did in the second, which is 3 up, 3 out of here. That's what he's going to be aiming for in this one. We're going to cut to a quick commercial break while we listen to some music, folks. I'll be back in just a moment. All right, Jake Godbold currently warming up as we start at the top of the fourth. Knights looking to defend the bases best they can. Mott's starting to look better on the warm-up right now. Hopefully instilling some confidence in himself, but that pressure has to be high. Doesn't want to give up a single run here.
Catching now for the Knights, Carlisle Spicer.
Carlisle Spicer stepping up as the catcher now. Since Rico wasn't hitting, I imagine Spicer is going to keep his spot in the batting order. Deep drive to center fielder. It's going to be a diving catch. Beautiful catch.
Jackson
By Cardwell.
Now batting number 8, Leighton Waters.
Leighton Waters now stepping up. Ooh. Waters got a walk back in the third inning as well. And then made his way around the bases. Mott drives this one down over to the second baseman. Nice catch for Rob. Good pickup from Prater. Going to be
now batting number 4, Chase Schneider.
Schneider stepping up. It's his first at-bat, period, I believe. Mott's starting to find his stride. As long as he keeps it inside the batter's box. That's going to head back over to the second baseman. He's going to throw it over to Rob. And they're going to call that one out. 3 up, 3 out. No strikeouts for Mott so far, but a lot of great opportunities for field play from center fielder.
No errors.
Excuse me, from center fielder Jackson Cardwell, and then second baseman Hunter Prater get that ball over to Matthew Robb. Keeps them alive right now as we're getting ready for the bottom of the fourth. Another scoreless inning for the Brook Hill Guard, as on the second one they weren't able to find a chance to get on base that much either. Previously it was from great pitching from Middlebrook, and now is great field work from the team. Distraction behind me as we are finding more lost items. If you have folks playing here, make sure they have all their stuff in here. Make sure they have all their items on them, because if not, it is what it is. Not sure if folks can hear on the crowd mic, but it's always fun to see what people forget. Middlebrook is going to be stepping up to bat. Second at bat.
Truitt, Middlebrook.
Out in the first, now starting off in the fourth. Going to be trying to get some runs on the board, trying to get on base. Ball one. Witten gives that one up over to the shortstop. Can he get there in time? Ball goes out into the dugout. Middlebrook gets a single. Hayes stepping up for his second at-bat. Struck out in the second.
Number 15, Hayes Contini.
Hayes Contini ready to play. He's going to try and swing. Hopefully, I hope he gets a chance here. Folks, I blinked, I'm not going to lie, and I thought Winton was faking the throw. It's kind of a half-hearted throw to first, and yet still.
Hey, good take that, boy, not you.
Hayes having to scoot back, but still called a strike. Middlebrook, heavy leadoff. Over to third base. And try and get a double play. Able to succeed. Middlebrook stepped away too far. Great catch from Waters. Centered over to first baseman Pike.
Batting for the Knights, number 14, Jack Gamble.
Jack Gamble stepping up once again. And before I can even look up, makes contact on the pitch. Foul ball. Oh, 1 on the count. High on the second. Good swing. That's going to cut the field between the shortstop and the left fielder. Jack Gamble. Able to get on base. Off of a single. And now needs to see if there's a chance he can cash out. Mulinchek walking the second. But starting off here with a foul. Umpire didn't hear the pedestrian behind him. Max looking to advance the runners, trying to find their first run. Strike 2. Sets up once again. Good hit. That's headed to the first baseman. That's going to be an out. Good catch by Pike as he was scrambling for that one. That's going to end the bottom of the fourth and put us to the top of the fifth. Next start, it is going to be Connor Hayes stepping up to the plate to start us off, followed by Blake Witten and then Brandon Pike once again. Folks, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll start off the fifth inning. We'll be right back in just a few short moments. Look at the top of the fifth, folks. Blake Witten's still going to be staying on the mound. He's currently walking out with 4 strikeouts so far and 2 walks. Great infield play coming in. I apologize. I'm looking at the Brook Hill guard. I'm still sticking with Mott right now, who doesn't have any strikeouts to his name, but in the 4th inning, it was some great field play from center fielder Jackson Cardwell on some great work by the second baseman, Hunter Prater. Able to get that ball out to Matthew Robb. Great second base play, great center field play as well. And they're looking to repeat that performance here in order to find the difference here for the 5th. Connor Hayes stepping up to the plate here. Dedicated hitter for the Brook Hill Guard. Be his first time up against Mont as well. I apologize, Blake Whitten. Why did I have Hayes on there? Oh, get rid of that. That'll be strike one for Whitten, not Hayes. Line drive, that's cutting between the left and center field, and that's going to go up to the fence. Whitten is going to round second base. He's going to make his way to third. He's just going to stop short there.
Hey, you're good, Mott. You're good.
Starting at the top of the fifth with a triple. Whitten's pretty happy about that. Braxton Pike, number 27.
Order for Brook Hill, number 27, Braxton Pike.
Like, ground ball here, bud.
Pike coming up for his now third at bat. Got a single in the third inning. Might be looking to do so here as well, but that pitch is going to be far inside.
Hi, boy. Good spot.
One and one on the count. Mont looking for a chance to break that momentum from the guard. Steps up, third pitch. Ooh, that's a ground bounce. That's heading up second base to the center fielder. That's going to be yet another single for Pike. He's going to run back in, Whitten at the same time.
Back at the top of the order, number 23, Dallas Clements.
As we are back to the top, it's going to be Clements on home plate. Runner on first. Clements walked in the third. Oh, that ball bobbles. Spicer's not able to hold on to it. Oh, one. And that puts Pike on second. Infield umpire heard something about a helmet. Back to play. Pike leading off second. Clements wait for the second pitch. He's taking his time on this one. Clements. Good hit to the second baseman. Hesitation, but still throws it to Rob. Pike on third. That's going to be an out. Be the first out. Please
Now
ignore my
batting
scoreboard.
one, Daniel Yates.
Clemens ground outs, but advances Pike to third.
I'm Blake. Another ground ball, bud.
Yates got a double previously and ran 2 folks in. Might be looking to at least run Pike in. And how he takes this.
Spot, Blake. That boy.
Tries to check his swing, but unplayed umpire says it was a swing. Calls it a strike. As a reminder, folks, we do practice the 10-run rule here, so by the bottom of the 5th, if the Knights cannot get any additional runs, then that will be ball game in favor of the Guard. Count is now 1-1. Yates. Pop fly to the shortstop. It's going past the second base. Going to be a fly out. Middlebrook, great catch.
Now batting number 15, Benjamin Bratz.
Ben Brett stepping up once again.
I'm Blake.
Got a walk in the third, a single, and a single as well. First pitch from Mott. Counts as a strike. It's going to be 0-1, 2 outs. Still runner on third. Pike is waiting for a chance to run it home. Foul ball. 0-2 now, 2 outs still. Mott looking for his first strikeout tonight. Brunt
Yes, sir.
doesn't swing, and it's going to be the first strikeout for Mott. As now the Knights have one final chance to see if they can close out the 5th.
Our 5th inning stretch, ladies and gentlemen. This is our version of the 7th inning stretch. Once again, in honor of our Grandparents' Day is coming up on Thursday. Let's sing it out.
Well, folks, as we're waiting for the bottom of the 5th, and we're
Come on, Jack Devine.
see if the Knights can bring back some momentum in their favor. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with you in just a few moments. Welcome on back to the bottom of the 5th here on Vype Media Baseball. Coach Borger here, as right now the Brook Hill Guard have been near unstoppable at this moment in time. Still on the pitcher's mound is going to be Blake Witten, who has 4 strikeouts, 2 walks currently, and is looking to close out a great game for himself, only allowing a couple of hits and again, only 2 walks.
Spice, get something started here, kid.
Carlisle Spicer is going to be starting us off.
Go, Spice.
He's going to look to add some heat to the field as this first pitch comes his way.
Here you go.
Carlisle looking for the second pitch as Witten's already prepped for it, and that's
On deck.
That one flopped right behind the catcher. Clements just not able to hold on to it. Spicer gets a ground hit to the second base. He's going to try and make his way. That's an error. That ball fumbles. That's going to be Spicer's first on-plate appearance so far for this game one. Gets a single. Comes out of Berry Hill's hands.
Here you go, Hunter.
Up to the plate, Hunter Prater. Looking for more momentum. That goes to Berry Hill. Finds redemption. Tries to prevent the double play. Jackson Cardwell stepping up now. Only one out so far.
Batting for the Knights, number 4, Jackson Cardwell.
Apologies, folks. Got to fix the camera earlier. Cardwell willing to swing. Need to find the timing. 0-1. Spicer not leading off too far. Strike 2 against Jackson. Clemens needs a moment, sweat getting to his eyes. See, Spicer is not leading too far off that first base bag. Trying to see if there is a moment of steal here. Foul ball. What? No, strikeout. I thought that tipped off the bat. I'm so used to the foul tips getting the ground first. Well, that's unfortunate for Cardwell. Matthew Robb stepping up. 2 outs now. Swings it, cuts through the right field. Spicer makes it to second. Robb makes it to first. Over, exerts itself, goes to the third baseman instead. Another single for Robb.
Now batting for the Knights, number 3, Blake Mott.
Blake Mott now stepping up to the plate for the second time. Struck out in the third. Spicer in second. Robb on first. Mott for his second at-bat.
Here you go, Mott. Yes, sir.
Drives that ball deep into the left field. Hits the fence. And it's a ground rule double as that one bounced inside before it went outside. But that is enough to put Spicer home, thereby preventing the 10-run rule.
Come on, Mott. Come on, boy.
Middlebrook going to step up once again this time. Got a single in the fourth.
Batting for the Knights, number 5, Truett Middlebrook.
Looks like they may be calling Witten's number at this point. Switching out. Speaking of switching up, let me move my camera over again.
Little Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy. Here's for the Artemis out in space.
Gonna be a new pitcher on the mound. Number 3, Levi Visser. Yeah, Visser stepping up to the mound currently. Did they take... Is Witten taking over then? In center field is my question.
Now pitching for Brook Hill, number 3, Levi Visser.
Levi Visser stepping up as Witten's going to take over on second base. Barry Hill's out now. Or he might be an outfielder. Not sure. But now with a runner on second and a runner on third, Middlebrook has a chance to start racking up some runs. Middlebrook's third at bat now. Got a single in the 4th. Gonna watch that ball as it slides right past him. Oops. That's gonna be a strike as Visser brings that one inside. 1-1 now, 2 outs. Levi's ready to go immediately. Foul ball on the 3rd pitch. Impressive hit from Middlebrook and how it got past the net. Line drive to the shortstop. They're going to try and get the Middlebrook out at first. Able to do so. But with that, they got 1 run. Which means now it's a 9-run difference. That's going to put us to the top of the 6th.
Well, that takes us to the top of the 6th, ladies and gentlemen. 1 run, 3 hits. 2 men left.
3 incredible hits. Got 1 run in, a great ground rule double in order to convert that 1 run. Now it's 10-1 at the top of the 6th. We're going to take a quick break while the Knights warm up for their next defensive opportunity here. Not entirely out of the danger zone yet. Still alive so far. Still got Mott on the pitcher's mound right now. He is currently 1 strikeout, 1 walk as we go into the top of the 6th after he took over at the end of the 3rd. He's getting ready for next pitcher, number 3, Levi Visser. I believe it's actually their first head-to-head right now. That's Visser. Going to look for the pitch to go right past him. Ball 1. Mont, second pitch. Drives it down, and that, they call it fair. It bounced inside before it rolled out slowly all the way up to the fence. Visser finds a double. Jake Godbold up at the plate once again. They're going to call a pinch runner
Courtesy runner
for Visser.
For Brook Hill, number 12, Grant Gandy. Now batting number 21, Jake Godbold.
Calling for a pitch runner in that moment. Number 12, Grant Gandy. A hit by Godbold. Goes over to the shortstop. That's going to be a great catch by Rob. But Gandy makes his way to third.
Now batting number 8, Leighton Waters.
Going to catch by the shortstop. Waters has everyone calling in close. They're expecting a bunt. How close everyone's playing right now. Middlebrook made that call as well. Pitch low and away. 1-1. Mott being mindful. Gandy on third. Truthfully, don't think he's made much of a move. Line drive gets past the shortstop, gets right past Middlebrook, up to the center fielder, and Gandy runs it in. Waters now on first. Schneider steps up to the plate. That's going to be his first at-bat, I believe. Yeah.
Roll it up here.
Jake Snyder. Foul ball. Got some distance as it went onto the green. Mont tries to swing it away. Doesn't really go his way since it's too far out. Snyder plays patient. Good awareness by Spicer getting from that pitch as well. Was debating on throwing it to Rob at first, but Waters didn't have enough distance. Pitch comes away. It's 2-1 now. Mont looking for their second strikeout of the game. Gonna send this pitch right down. Foul ball. Waters is annoyed by that because he made it all the way to second by the time that foul ball got called. 2-2 on the count, 1 out. Not even bothering to look at first at this point in time, just more focused on trying to get Snyder out. 2-2. You know what? I said Mott didn't want to try and focus on Waters at all. Changed his mind apparently after I said that. Waters doesn't have a heavy lead off that first base bag. Does have the momentum though, as that pitch rolled onto the floor. 3-2 on the count. Mott still looking for that second strikeout. Waters making a break for it. Line drive to the center fielder. He's not going to be able to catch that in time. That's going to be a single.
Now batting number 9, Blake Whitten.
Blake Whitten stepping up to the plate. Runners on first and second with Waters and Snyder on second and first, respectively. Whitten's had an incredible game so far. Picked up a triple previously. And hit 4 strikeouts before he got taken off the mound. Heavy lead off. They try to pick him off. Oh, can't get to Waters in time. Good attempt by Mott. Shortstop Middlebrook tried to get there in time, but just wasn't able to get there. Mott preparing to wind up. Again, Middlebrook shadowing. Heavy hit to the left field. And that's on the fence as Waters makes it back. As Snyder is going to make it back. And that may even be a chance as Whitten finds another triple. Thirteen and 1.
27, Braxton Pike.
Now we have Pike stepping up once again. Got a single previously. Braxton Pike. No pressure for him right now. They're 13 and 1. He's got a runner on third. Even if he gets a single, he doesn't get tagged out. That brings Whitten home. Ball 1. Whitten just had an incredible hit. Second one in a row tonight. In order to get that ball out to the left field. Mott. I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of amazed that was called a strike. That was so far outside the box, I thought that was a center's wingspan from the NBA. Pike swings on this one. The umpire's going to call that one a strike. Might as well give it a chance. 1 and 2 now. Mott's still looking for a second strikeout of the night. Might be able to get one here off of Pike. Foul ball. That one rolls right past the press box. Right past the press box, maybe over in the porta potty section, who knows. 1 and 2 so far. Mott keeps checking on Witten. No pressure for him either. Line drive to the second baseman is going to catch it. Great catch from Hunter.
Back at the top of the order, number 23, Dallas Clements.
Well, he's gotten a chance. Hunter's had many great opportunities at infield play. Been very reliable at that second baseman's position. Strike one against Clements. Got a ground out in the fifth. Walk in the third. Clements is going to get a walk here.
Now at the plate for Brook Hill, number 1, Daniel Yates.
Daniel Yates going to step back up to the plate. It's going to be his 5th at-bat tonight. Right now they're looking to minimize damage, and then they need to get 3 runs at the bottom of the inning for the Knights. Right now, 1 batter at a time. Mott, since that pitch. Pitch sent away. Counts 1-0. Oh, when the pitcher drops the ball like that, it's an error on the pitcher, and that allows the runners to advance. Haynes. Witten made his way home, and Clements on his second base now. Mott. Far and away. Well, right, folks, it is 10:47 at night. And this is game 2 as well, so exhaustion is paramount here. I'm feeling exhausted. I've been up since 5 a.m. Why have I done this? Having that dawning realization. As Yates is having the dawning realization, he's got a great hit, hidden all the way over to the fence. Cardwell's going to make it, try to get it back home, but it's going to be a double for Yates as Clement's going to find his way home.
Now batting number 15, Ben Bratz.
Middlebrook giving Mott a pep talk, and then coach following up with a council meeting of his own. They're bringing Hayes to the mound.
Little Herbauer.
It's going to be a dire position for the Knights right now. They have to close out this top half of the inning, which has been tied with the most runs the Guard have been able to put up. If they can just put a stop on this pressure they're experiencing, and then they need to get 5 runs to keep themselves alive. But again, it's top of the 6th right now. Oh, not that many opportunities left. Hayes threw the ball, pitched so hard that his hat flew off. That's impressive.
Little Mambo.
Middlebrook going to check in, see how his pitching form is. As we're getting ready for this exchange of pitchers, next up to bat is going to be number 7, who is a new batter. One moment, folks. Number 7, Coleman Krim, will be the next up to bat. Be taking the place of Bratz. Coleman Krim steps up to the plate.
Now batting for Brook Hill, number 7, Coleman Krim.
Here we go, Hayes.
And Krim walks onto base.
Now batting number 11, Larson Morris.
Larson Morris also gets his first at-bat. Still 2 outs right now. Morris stepping up for his first at-bat. Right around third. Line drive from Morris all the way out to the left field. Gets the snag. Max Malinchek able to snag that ball out of the air. Into the top of the 6th.
Well, we go to the bottom of the 6th, ladies and gentlemen. The original baseball song.
15-1 so far. So in order to keep this game alive, they need to find 5 runs. In order to beat this team, they need to find 15 runs. They need a third of the score to stay alive. They need triple of that in order to progress even further. It'd be quite a comeback. Considering we're about 5 minutes away from 11 o'clock on a Wednesday night. My goodness, it's Wednesday. We're only halfway through the week.
Everybody.
Visser still on the mound right now. He had to get a strikeout or a walk. Again, a lot of great infield play from the team. Was the only one to give up a hit. Brook Hill Guard have been playing a great game so far as Regent Baseball and looking to Reestablish the mentality. Hayes is going to be the first up to bat.
Leading off the inning for the Knights, number 15, Hayes Contini.
Hayes Contini. Umpire calling a pause real quick. I think Visser's ready to go home. As is Hayes. That's a powerful hit. But what a catch. To the plate. Number 14, Jack Gamble.
Now batting for the Knights, number 14, Jack Gamble.
Gamble. Oh, yeah, the second pitch. Pop fly. That's still in fair play. It's heading over to the right side. Caught by the second baseman. 2 outs now. Gamble makes contact and immediately has to walk off. Max Molenchek.
Batting for the Knights, number 6, Max Molenchek.
Molenchek. Waiting for his next chance. Foul ball immediately. They need 5 runs here to stay alive. Strike 1 on the first. Strike 2 on the second. First ball was a foul. Second one was deep inside. Gets counted as a strike. 0-2 now. Swing and a miss. That's game. Game ends 15-1 in favor of Brook Hill Guard as the Regent Knights struggle to mount a comeback tonight. Momentum from the previous game just completely cut short after the start on this one. I mean, straight with 4 runs in the first inning, the Brook Hill Guard put up some very impressive numbers to get started. Regent Knights got some tape to look over. Still, now without its own highlights as well. I mean, 5 strikeouts for Middlebrook. And then some incredible plays from Hunter Prater as well. And Jackson Cardwell with some great catches at the center field. Max Molchek, great pickups on the left field. And then, of course, we got some doubles and ground rule doubles for the team off of Blake Mott. I apologize, off of Matthew. No, Blake Mott, I was correct. Well, folks, thank you all so very much for joining us tonight here on Vype Media Baseball. My name is Colton Borger. I want to give a shout out to Skylar Gillespie. Thank you for staying up tonight with us as we go ahead and close out our broadcast. Have a wonderful evening. Take care and good night.
Our assistant athletic directors, Sam Thompson and Nate Turner. Tonight's game day coordinator, the Honorable Mr. Chris O'Reilly. Our events coordinator, Ms. Julia Thomas. On behalf of everyone here at Regents School of Austin, we thank you for attending this evening's game. And please remember to buckle up, drive safe on your way home so we can see you at the next game. Until then, have a great evening. Have a great Easter weekend. Good night from Southwest Austin.